Hey guys, happy Wednesday. It's your girl Claudia Jordan. It's Wednesday. We are back with a brand new episode of TGIF where we break down all that's going on in social media and the news and here to spill the tea. And I don't do it alone. So let me introduce my co-host. Please welcome Al Reynolds. What's up, Mr. Reynolds?
What's going on, Claudia? I see you killing it on the Breakfast Club, young lady. Keep up the good work.
I just want to say to the people that have been commenting in the YouTube and social media, I am moved and so like appreciative of the positivity. Like I've never had that high of a percentage of positivity on any project I've ever done. So I thank you. Like I read them all and I thank you. So thank you. But yeah, I'm in our old stomping grounds. I'm in New York, and you know I love it out here. It's so fun.
Right.
All right, and also please welcome Funky Dineva. What's up, Q?
What's going on? And I want to piggyback off of Al. I actually had to send you a text earlier today. I didn't get a chance to watch The Breakfast Club, but a couple people texted me, and I saw the YouTube video, and like all of the comments were overwhelmingly positive, and they're like, she needs to be the next host. She needs to be the next host. So Claudia, hopefully, the people that are in charge are listening and put you in high consideration. Congratulations.
Thank you. I will say this, I was quite pleasantly surprised to see some of the people in the comments that are also TGIF fans. They said, as long as it don't interfere with TGIF, she can still, I said, okay, now I'm not leaving TGIF. We're going to still keep this show together because we got people who count on us every week. So we ain't going anywhere. So, all right, fellas. Valentine's Day was yesterday. Did anyone do anything? How was y'all's Valentine's Day?
Nope, I'm a strong, independent Black woman. I don't need no man.
When you turned into a Black woman?
Right, I thought he was a white woman.
White woman. You said an old white lady before.
The Russian didn't come over?
Uh-oh.
No, the guy
y'all wait till Q time because I had to take one of my men out of the rotation.
Uh-oh.
Lord, Al, you're wearing
I just had a very simple dinner, nothing elaborate, no real time.
We don't care about the dinner. With who? With who?
Oh, just with friends.
Friends or friend?
Friends.
Well, Al like the group stuff, so.
That's right.
That's right. Well, the last 2 nights I've been going to dinner with David. He lives out here, so we did that. And my building, I didn't get no flowers, but my building called today and they said you had a big flower delivery. I'm like, all right, cool, we good. So it was good. It was good. But I can't really hang out that much because I got to get up so early, like at 4:30. So here we are. All right, y'all. We are past that. And to all the ladies and gentlemen getting their flowers and their phone calls today, you have the February 15th crew. Hold it down. And, don't be offended. We were talking about that. I thought I was about to be the February 15th person, but I wasn't. All right, y'all. Let's get into this. We have a lot of show today. Blac Chyna's mother, Tokyo Toni, has been trending after putting out a video claiming that Blac Chyna is in the Illuminati. Let's take a look at this clip.
They gonna get you next. Don't say I didn't say it. I'm prepared for it. I'm definitely afraid of her. I swear to God, she would sacrifice me for more. What is she doing at the Grammys? For what? You ain't dead.
What do y'all think about Tokyo Toni's claims about Blac Chyna? Q, let's go to you. And how much you think she would get sacrificed? Tokyo Toni. That's going to get her a pass to the BET Awards, maybe the after party. Stop it.
I'm tickled the most at your own mama saying, what the hell you doing at the Grammys? You ain't dead.
But she thinks her value is where the Illuminati would want her.
That to me is so hilarious. And Blac Chyna's not in the Illuminati. And I want to say one thing. I saw a quote on Facebook the other day that was very profound. And it said that I'm paraphrasing. It said something to the effect of, we are so conditioned and so used to Black people being on the bottom, not having and not succeeding, that every time we see somebody successful, we have to attribute their success to some Illuminati or some type of side other situation, and it can't just be because of their talent. Now, I agree with Tokyo Toni when she said, what the hell are you doing at the Grammys? Not only what the hell you doing at the Grammys, what were you wearing? But as far as this Illuminati stuff, I really don't believe that the Illuminati has their eyes set on Blac Chyna.
She needs to stop. Al, what do you think about this? Do you think Tokyo Toni's onto something?
No, you guys already know I'm a huge fan of Blac Chyna. You guys also know, if anybody want, you can check out my interview that I did with her on the red carpet at the Grammys on my IG page. Blac Chyna just had this aura about her on the carpet. Everybody wanted to talk to her. I don't know whether she has a project out or not, but she just had this aura of change around her, and that felt very comfortable, and it just kind of just oozed out of her body. I think that Tokyo Toni probably needs to take a break from social media. She looked really disturbed. She looked visibly upset. And I think, if she stopped airing out their business, stop airing out their family business, I think Blac Chyna might be more open to talk to her mother, because you can tell that Blac Chyna still loves her mother.
I think she does too, and I think she's really hurt.
Yeah.
When you interviewed her, right, did she mention anything about dropping new music? Because I think she's been talking about that for a minute. And I know she's on Nicki Minaj's radar.
Well, I think what we talked about was the meaning of her Black Swan, which, Black Swan has a history of love and romance and life. And that is beauty. And that's what she was talking about, this being in this new space and this new feeling of where she wants to go with her life. And it's non-confrontational as far as I could read and hear from what we talked about.
So I saw some text out Tokyo Toni put out where she's asking Blac Chyna for $3,800 for rent. So I'm like, is it because she said, have them responded to you that you go on your daughter like this? I just think if you want to have a relationship with your daughter, come into social media and go into your Twitter page with very few followers and sitting there and airing this girl out, knowing it's going to get picked up by the blogs. If you really truly want a relationship with your daughter and not just money from your daughter, I don't think that's the way to go about it, Tokyo Toni. And I know you're going to talk trash and say something, call me an old bitch or whatever. Takes one to know one. Say what you want. I don't really care. But what I say still stands. You're going about it the wrong way. Your daughter could probably really help you out, but you have alienated yourself, actually. You push yourself out of her circle with your behavior. And I don't blame her for not wanting to deal with you.
I don't know much about Tokyo Toni's past. Does she have a past history with drugs? I'm asking.
I don't know.
Okay, because some of her behavior just gives.
I think they've been forthright on the show, haven't they, Claudia? They've been forthright with her mom and her issues.
I don't know.
I can't give you a definitive, but I'm pretty sure.
It's giving a Keisha Cole mama vibe. It's giving a Frankie vibe. That's why I asked.
Okay.
And it's sad because, listen, aside of everything I'm saying about her, I do believe that they both love each other, but the current behavior is going to be an obstacle until Tokyo Toni stops.
I agree.
All right, moving on. Ice-T clapped back at a Twitter user for body shaming his wife, Coco Austin. The Twitter user compared Coco to singer Adele and wrote, "To those of you who thought my opinion of a woman named Coco, don't know who she is, don't care, I see Adele at the Grammys. She looks fabulous. When she was heavier, she was classy. That is a beautiful woman who knows her beauty doesn't have to be wrapped in a dress 3 sizes too small." Now, Ice-T responded, "Maureen, when was the last time you had some bleep?" That is the problem. Okay, Ice-T. I like Ice-T, and he loves his family. Let's go to you, Al. What do you think about this? Do you think that this woman was out of line for body shaming Coco? Is this body shaming?
I'm not even thinking about that woman. I like Ice-T and Coco. I saw them at the Grammy as well on the carpet. I personally couldn't stop staring at Coco. Her body is very voluptuous and very nice. I see why people are constantly talking about her. The couple, they look great together. They vibe together. You could just feel that energy of the two of them being connected. I really enjoyed it. I enjoy all of the honesty that Ice-T brought to the situation, because he did what any man would do in defending their wife. Don't come for his wife. She didn't send for you. Don't come for her. I enjoyed it, and I liked it. Look, we know Ice-T is from South Central LA too, so don't come for that man, because he will definitely come back at you, and that's exactly what he did.
All right, Q, do you think this was body shaming?
I don't know about body shaming, because she's got a beautiful body. I mean, she's got a body that honestly more women than not would probably want. I actually was prepared to go in on Coco, because we're not going to pretend, and I mean no disrespect here, that Coco doesn't tend to dress like a bimbo or whatever the case may be. So I was actually prepared to see her in super skimpy Fashion Nova, but that picture that was just shown, she looked very nice. I don't see anything wrong with it, not to the point where it would move that woman to say anything and compare her to Adele. Honestly and truthfully, that lady is hating, because if given the choice to have that body, Maureen would probably take it.
Yeah, in that picture, I thought that was an elegant dress. Look, she's curvy. There's no way to hide those boobs, and she probably doesn't want to. And, you know,
Right.
Here's my thing. I don't think that every time someone makes a comment about someone's body that should be deemed body shaming. I think that term is way overused. You can have Maureen can have an opinion on whoever she wants, and Ice-T can call her out and say, you ain't had D-I-C-K in years or decades. Hey, you earned it. All right. Moving on to someone who could never be body shamed because she is flawless. As we all know, Rihanna confirmed that she is carrying her second baby with A$AP Rocky after her Super Bowl performance. And, social media had to add their 2 cents to the situation. One person wrote, 2 babies, no ring. Rihanna is just like y'all. Someone else wrote, never heard y'all say this about Travis Scott's baby mama, Kylie Jenner. Now, what do you think about people judging Rihanna for being a baby mama? They want to reduce her to that. Q, what do you think about this?
Listen, I think this whole notion of having to quote unquote be married is kind of antiquated. Just as long as those 2 people know the connection that they have, just as long as they are committed to parenting those children, that's all that matters. I mean, at this point, marriage for those 2 people would literally just be going down to the courthouse and signing a piece of paper. That piece of paper really doesn't change anything, because there's a lot of people out there who are married and are single. There's a lot of people watching this show who is married and is a baby mama. There's a lot of people watching this show who is married and their husband don't come home and they taking care of kids by their damn self. So that putting so much weight on that piece of paper is antiquated. As long as they're committed to raising those children, that's all that matters.
All right. Al, what do you think about this?
I've talked about this, Claudia, before. I'm one of the old school guys who believe in marriage before children. I mean, that's just how I was raised. But we got to be honest, traditional family values have shifted, and especially in this new generation. And Rihanna's a billionaire. I mean, I know I keep saying those things and people don't necessarily like it, but she does what she wants to do. If she really cares for that man and she wants to have babies with him, she has the ability and the resources to do it. Now, one thing I don't like, though, is the media attacking her, and don't attack, like you said, Claudia, people like Kylie Jenner, who has a baby out of wedlock. Both of them are extremely successful women. Both of them are worth around $1 billion. Kourtney Kardashian, Naomi Watts, Heidi Klum. These are all women of successful levels that have had kids out of wedlock, and we don't see the media attacking them for being single mothers. So the same energy that you're bringing to Rihanna, bring to the other ladies that are doing the exact same thing.
I agree. There's always been a double standard when it comes to Black women, with sexuality being sexy. With the white women, they'll say it's sensual, it's sexy, it's giving Marilyn Monroe, it's sex kitten. With Black women, when they go to be sexy, they're hood rats and they're hoochie and they're ghetto and all that kind of stuff. And let me just remind you, when I say ghetto, I do not mean Black. To me, ghetto, you can be white and you can be Black. The ghetto is universal, okay, in all different nationalities. But I just don't like how there's a negative thing with when Black women choose to be very sexual. We've been sexualized since slavery, well, even before that, but definitely young Black girls, it's being deemed as like just mere toys for your pleasure. And I think with white women, we give it more of an empowerment thing. I think we need to stop that. Rihanna, to try to demean her to be a baby mama, again, like the fellas have said, keep that same energy, because you don't do it to white women, and it's not right. If I was a billionaire, I may be hesitant to marry a non-billionaire myself, because at that point, you're liable. All right, y'all, let's, before we take a break, let's take a look at this Black History Moment sponsored by Nissan.
FOXSOUL celebrates Black history makers who have broken barriers and created change. In 2022, 18-year-old Jalen Smith made national headlines as the youngest Black mayor in America to be elected mayor of Earle, Arkansas. The city of 2,000 residents elected the high school senior, showing their support for Jalen's aspirational campaign to improve their city.
My plans are, number one, public safety. Secondly, the beautifying of the city, which means clean it up. Thirdly, tear down abandoned houses.
Jalen's big win was one of many mayoral victories for African Americans across the country, including the cities of Los Angeles, Atlanta, Pittsburgh, and New York City. As the youngest black mayor in America, Jalen Smith is on a mission to inspire the younger generation to lift their voices and take a stand for a better future.
Honoring Black History Month on TGIF, presented by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Okay, Jalen Smith, congratulations. That is amazing. I've seen this guy out there, this man, Mayor Smith. Let me put some respect on his name, and that I am very much impressed. Al, what do you think about this?
Oh, man, I love it. Come through Earl, Arkansas. Earl, Arkansas has about 73% is black residents. I love the fact that he is the youngest mayor in the United States today. Not only is the youngest mayor in the United States today, but he's the youngest mayor in the history of anything political in the United States. And he's also the youngest black mayor ever. I'm just loving all this. The best thing I love about him the most, though, is that beyond public safety and transportation, there's no grocery store in Earl, Arkansas. And on one of his biggest campaigns is to bring healthy eating and a grocery store to his community so that they can survive and be healthier. How incredible is that as an 18-year-old?
Q, what do you think?
I mean, I think this is absolutely amazing. And at 18, the world truly is your oyster. I see presidential, potential. And if he's the mayor at 18, you know what I'm saying? The mayor is where most people end. And that's where he's starting. So, I just look forward to what political career this young man will have.
I love it. I love when young people are they're not just focused on the popular things like the social media influencers, the rappers, the basketball, the this, that, the politics, the public servant. Like, that is amazing. And I am very, very proud. Great job, Jalen. We are very, very proud of you, Mayor Jalen Smith. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more after this. Welcome back to TGIF. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I don't have the chat open up tonight to see the comments, but I'm assuming there's 10,000 people in the chat just loving the show. So throw some flames up if you're enjoying the show. All right, y'all. In honor of Black History Month, we are going to pay homage to everyday heroes who are breaking barriers and moving the culture forward. This is our evolution of Black excellence. All right, Funky Danny, but let's kick it off with Funky. And let's see, who are you paying homage to?
So I would like to pay homage to Principal Bridget Washington McKinney. Guys, this woman right here was my high school dance and drama teacher, and everything that you see right now, talent-wise, I attribute to this woman. She was young, she was innovative, she was fly. And, a lot of people don't know this, and I told her this. The reason I even drive a convertible BMW right now is because she was the young fly teacher at the school that had a convertible BMW. And I was like, when I get grown, I want a convertible BMW just like her. And that is the sole reason I drive the car that I drive right now, because of this woman. She saw a spark in me and took me from a little young, awkward kid, fostered that talent. And now I'm able to do everything that I do now. She's matriculated now to be the principal of Scott Lake Elementary, chugga, chugga, choo, choo, where she has turned that school completely around. She's increased student engagement, parent engagement, community engagement. And I just want to give a special shout out to her. Anytime I can give this woman her flowers, I do. Educators are important, guys. And if it was not for this woman, there would not be any Funky Dineva.
Wow. Very, very nice tribute. Love it. Okay, Als, who are you paying homage to?
I'm going to pay homage to the Congressman Hakeem Jeffries. As you know, he epitomizes the Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated motto, achievement in every field of human endeavor. Brother Hakeem is the first Black lawmaker ever nominated for the Speaker of the House. He is also the first Democrat to earn unanimous support from their caucus, and he was also the first Black lawmaker to lead a party, the Democratic Party, in Congress as the minority leader. Big up to my fraternity brother, Congressman Hakeem Jeffries.
I agree. I'm a huge fan of his, and I pay tribute to him on Man Crush Monday, but not a crush like that, but a crush in respect. And I've been following him in the Senate, and he has been in the congressional hearings, he was absolutely amazing. He'd be getting those people together, okay?
I love it. But Claudia, let me ask you this. Who are you honoring?
I'm honoring Halle Berry. I love me some Halle Berry. Now, she's had some trauma when she was younger, and she's overcome all that to become an Oscar winner. Gorgeous, beautiful, kind, talented. I just adore her, how classy she is. I remember when I first got to LA, I did a Revlon commercial. It was a nail polish commercial. I was like her body and hand double. So I had to use my hand, and she was like, 7 days of shine. And it was really my hands. And I was so happy to even just be a body, like a double for her. Like, she was kind. Then I saw her after that at a race for Revlon for breast cancer. And she's so committed to the cause. And she was just hugging people that was sweaty. And she was just so sweet and humble. And I just love that kind of superstar that doesn't look down their nose upon people. I like her for how sweet she seems. We all know she's talented and beautiful. She's got the Oscar, but I just love her. And I think she doesn't take herself too seriously. And I just adore me some Halle Berry. The second woman to win Miss Black Ohio, going to Miss USA and be first runner-up, but she won in life. So yeah, I'm all for Miss Halle Berry. All right. That was pretty fun. I love doing that. I love that we get to honor Black excellence this month. And you know what? Throughout the year, we'll do it as well.
Indeed, indeed.
Did I mention Congressman Hakeem was a brother of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated?
You did. You did.
Y'all know the Kappa steal the money.
And the Alphas wear heels.
All right. Well, moving on. Speaking of we talked about the Super Bowl before. Listen, people seem to agree that Usher should be considered to perform during the halftime show next year. Well, not everybody agrees. Someone wrote, I know y'all think Usher should perform the next Super Bowl, but I don't think he has enough pop/hip hop hits. They continue, y'all are being intentionally obtuse, not R&B, pop, crossover hits. He doesn't have enough pop hits for a 13-minute medley performance. It'll be okay. That's not a diss to Usher, the artist, because you don't think they would have considered him? Beyonce would have been a better choice. Another person wrote, I'm so sick of people. Another person wrote on Instagram and social media, shut up. Like, he is good. I have to stop halfway through this. Like, reading all the things that these people are saying, put some respect to me on Usher's. I think Usher has more than enough hits to do 13 minutes. That's my opinion. All right, someone else said, y'all disrespect Usher so much. Like, that ain't Beyonce's only peer in this music. It's so bleeping insane to me. He's just as much as a performer as she is, and way better than J-Lo. Y'all want to believe he couldn't do the Super Bowl with his discography. I'm tongue twisted today. Since you got the word right, Funky, let's go to you. What do you take on this debate?
That's their Rhode Island school system, child.
I know Florida ain't talking. I'm tired from working.
Okay. You know what? I'm a little stomped right here, right? Because I definitely believe Usher's a great performer. I know hands down he would do a good job. I'm put on the spot right now, and I don't know if I can think off the top of my head. Like, Rihanna did 13 hits that were pop crossover hits. I know Usher leans very heavy R&B. I do think it's fair criticism to question if he does have enough pop hits to do a medley for 13 minutes. I can't think of it right now. He probably does, but I think whatever type of show Usher puts together, it would be great. And he can pad his lack of pop hits, if there is a lack of pop hits, with bringing out Little John, other different little people to make the show great. All
right. Al, what do you think about this?
Man, listen, Usher's been in the game for 30 years. I think he got it. He's one of the only R&B male artists, or just artists in general, that have his Diamond Certified album, which means he sold over 10 million copies. Only other artists like that that are African-American is Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, and Prince are a few to name. Usher has 9 #1 songs on the top 100. 9 #1 songs when people were out buying music. He sold out within minutes in Vegas. Everybody loves him. Usher can dance. He still looks good. I like him. I think he would give us a great performance.
I do too. Like, I'm like, wait, what? And why does it have to be pop? Like, what's wrong with R&B taking center stage? You got all those black players in the game. You know what I mean? But why not have like a very Black musical selection? There's nothing wrong with that. They had no problem doing rock and roll and all that kind of nonsense that we don't like. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool with that. I think Usher is more than talented enough, and actually a good performer.
Yep.
He's a performer. Like, can y'all name a lot of songs that Shakira had?
Not me, girl.
And
I don't know names of songs.
She shared the stage with J-Lo. All right, y'all.
That's right. She did.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, Shakira they allowed her to do it. So like, but now Usher don't have enough hits. Get out of here. All right, y'all. Black excellence. Let's continue with that. Pharrell Williams has been named the new men's creative director for Louis Vuitton. The position was previously held by the late Virgil Abloh. Do you think Pharrell's a good fit for this role, Al?
I saw the list of other people that they were considering. I totally understand that we had another Black male fashionista that was on that list. But listen, I think it's dope. Look, I think Pharrell is fashionable. I think he's a trailblazer. I think he's a visionary. I love the fact that him and Virgil were good friends, so they shared that in common, fashion. And listen, Pharrell, I don't know. I think that I'm very interested in seeing what he's going to usher out. I think it's going to be something with some color, putting some color into the Louis Vuitton family in 2024, because I understand that's when his first line of influence will come out. I'm here for it. I like it. I think he's a forward thinker in fashion. He does things that people don't do, like wear shorts with his tuxedos in the 2019 Academy Awards and Oscars, something that inspired me for my Golden Globe appearance. I like him. I like him about fashion. That's who I think about when I think about music and fashion. I think Pharrell.
All right. Q, what do you think?
Unpopular opinion, and I'm not blindly supporting something just because somebody is Black. I honestly think it's disrespectful. I think I don't care about what his relationship was to Virgil. Virgil was an African-American fashion designer. Pharrell is a rapper who wears hoodies and cargo shorts and Vans sneakers. Just because I'm fashionable doesn't mean I should be over a fashion house. Just because I have a little bit of style doesn't mean I can design. I guess. I mean, I understand the politics of it all. Just his name alone is going to bring attention to the situation. But this is not what you do. This is not what you do. And just because you can dress or you have popularity doesn't mean you should be the creative director of a fashion house.
All right. Well, who do you think should have that? Do you have any suggestions for that?
Well, I don't know, because I'm not a fashion girl. I don't occupy those spaces. But just like I didn't know who Virgil Abloh was until he passed, I am pretty sure there are some prominent Black people in the fashion space that would have truly been qualified. They may not have had the celebrity, but they would have been qualified.
All right. Well, thanks for that. Those opinions to both of you fellas. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back with more TGIF after this. Welcome back to TGIF. Give us a Black fist in the chat for Black History Month if you are happy with the show, if you're enjoying the show. All right, y'all, let's get into this. There's nothing worse than going to a doctor's appointment expecting to be the center of attention, and then your doctor seems like they have better things to do and better places to be. Instead of listening to you intently, asking you how you feel and helping you along, the doctor is checking the clock. On ZocDoc, you'll find quality doctors who focus on you, listen to you, and prioritize your care. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient-reviewed and take your insurance. Now, they're available when you need them, and they treat almost every condition under the sun. Now, when you're not feeling your best and just trying to hold it together, finding great care shouldn't take up all your energy. That's where ZocDoc comes in. Now, using their free app that millions of users rely on, you can find the right doctors that meet your needs and fit your schedule. Book an appointment with a few taps in their app and start feeling better, faster with ZocDoc. Go to ZocDoc.com/T and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Now, many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/T. All right. Make sure you hit them up and make your care a lot easier to get. All right, let's get into it. Soulmates. You might need that ZocDoc to cure your stomach ache of laughter because, Q stories always hit on something wild and crazy. So let's get into it. Now, we know how much y'all love hearing about his little shenanigans and his goings on in these Miami streets. So we thought we'd give you some Q time with Funky Dineva. Q, take it away.
So y'all, Super Bowl Sunday, baby, I had it all going on. So I thought I did. I make no qualms about it. I've told y'all this since I've been in Miami. I have 3 people that I keep on rotation. Well, one of them fell out the rotation, y'all, and I got to tell y'all why. I'm at the Super Bowl party, first quarter, and he's texting me, and he's like, come over. I was like, well, I'm going to come over after the Rihanna concert. And he was like, no, come now. So I was like, all right, if I come now, make sure the TV is on the channel. So like while we fool our line, when they say she's on, we can stop and watch the show and go back to doing what we was doing. Anyway, that didn't happen. I got over there. We started fool our line. I said, I'll just watch it in the morning. Why in the middle of doing the do, he got up and went in the bathroom and started throwing up profusely in the sink. I mean, you want to talk about a buzzkill. I'm laying in the bed. He was in there for like 7 minutes just throwing up. So he came out. I was like, I'll put my clothes on. And he was like, where you going? I said, home. And he was like, why? I said, because obviously you are sick. And I was like, how much have you had to drink? Oh, I've been drinking since 10 o'clock this morning. Well, you should have took your ass to bed at 10 o'clock tonight. Okay, so needless to say, that was just the largest turnoff. And because it was a complete waste of my time and I had to leave my friends to go over there and play Nurse Ratchet, he's been removed from the rotation permanently.
What did you do to him that brought on this nausea? What were you doing to him when that happened? Was he gagging? Like, what's happening?
He was performing fellatio, but that had nothing to do with.
Oh,
he was sick.
That's what
he was sick. He was drunk.
Well, maybe you were in too deep. Like what?
Go on to the next thing, Claudia.
No. I never had nobody throw up during sex with me. So I'm curious.
Yeah, but it wasn't because of the act. It was because he had drank too much. And it was the.
What do you think about your friend? Yeah, what do you think about your friend?
I live vicariously through Funky and his stories. I love him. Funky, he had to have some Funky. Shoot, he wasn't worrying about whether he drank long enough. He wanted to spend time with you. He wanted to see you. He got saucy. He was calling his number one.
It's a wrap. Never again.
So, because someone got sick, like you, that's enough to remove them from the roster. Like it's a wrap. It was
the reason for you being sick.
But wait a minute, Claudia, let's be very clear. Remember, this is the same guy that got put on the bench a while ago, remember?
No, that was my Russian.
Oh, this isn't the Russian.
No, this
isn't the water guy either, right?
Oh, this ain't the water guy. This is my Peruvian.
Oh, right. This is our first time hearing about the Peruvian.
I never told you about the Peruvian.
Do you have any black guys on your roster?
No.
Black History Month?
No, I live in Miami. Ain't none.
What?
It ain't none.
Every white woman got a good black man in their roster.
I live on Miami Beach and ain't no black men.
There are two. I used to live there. There are black men there.
But you paid for yours. That was the difference.
How you pay for your black?
What?
I'm confused.
Speaking of confused, this lady was confused because she thought she could touch Busta Rhymes' booty and he was not having it. Now he's trending all over social media, went viral because he threw a drink at a fan who appears to have smacked his butt as he's walking by. Now the woman, Nikita Mathis, spoke out after the incident and said, I didn't mean to touch his behind. Honestly, I was just happy to meet him and wanted a picture. Been a longtime fan. I admit I shouldn't have touched him at all, but he's Busta. What are your thoughts on this? Al, what'd you think about this?
Hey, listen, we know for a fact, we reported on this before, that Busta does not like to be touched. Remember that young lady that tried to touch him in front of the stage? He knocked her hand so hard that he threw his ring across the room. Well, this is the same case. And listen, I myself have had an incident with Busta that he doesn't like to be touched. I, in Miami, one time went up to him to introduce him to a friend, made the mistake of touching him on his shoulder to introduce him to her, and he just does not like to be touched. So for everybody out there, let me give you a little cautionary tale. Do not touch Busta when he doesn't want you to touch him.
It's so funny because he had that song, right? Touch it, tease it, touch it, all that kind of stuff. And people just be feeling real comfortable with it. Al, Q, what you think about this? What do you feel? What are your thoughts?
You know, I would be upset if it was our situation, because, you know, socially we do that. Oh, this is my friend Claudia. You know, you put your hand on someone's back or their shoulder. That's acceptable. She got what she deserved. You know what I'm saying? She got what she deserved. And I just want to flip the script for a minute. If Busta would have touched a female fan's butt, the headline right now would be Busta Rhymes being sued for $2 million for sexual harassment.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you pull a glove inside out, it still has to be a glove. She violated him. You know, men can be violated. We have private regions. And like I said, if she would have touched him on his back or shoulder, I'd be prepared to go in and let have on Busta Rhymes. But touching somebody you don't know on their butt, that's a violation.
I agree. We talked about this morning on the Breakfast Club, and you know what? You got to keep the same energy. Again, if someone went and reached out and touched Rihanna's stomach, and I want to touch your pregnant stomach, or it doesn't even have to be a celebrity. Just touch them in a sexual place, butt, breast, chest. No. You know what? We got to chill. And yes, long gone are the days where we can say, well, you're a man. It shouldn't matter, because it's not like that anymore, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know, and Busta is known for flashing on that. He's not with the shits. He's really not. Like, Busta is not with it. And I believe he's of Caribbean descent. And
he's a big dude.
He don't play that. But I will say this though.
Dude.
The fact that security was kind of lax, that someone could get through and be able to touch him like that. She could have had a knife, a needle, anything. She could have been doing anything to get that close to him. That's a no-no. Welcome back to the show. All right, y'all. Listen, we all want our skin to look good. So to all of our melanated soulmates, do you have dark spots and an uneven skin tone? All right, let me tell you about Butter Skin. It's a line of skincare created to give melanin-rich skin a glowing and flawless complexion. Plus, it's a Black-owned brand. Now, some of your favorite celebrities like Cassie, Vanessa Simmons, Carrie Hilson, and Malika Hawk are credited Butter for their flawless skin. Now, I'm currently trying out their Supreme skincare kit, and their products are the bomb. And like I said, Black-owned. Now, since we're always hooking up our FOXSOUL family, we've worked it out with Butter to give our viewers 50% off the Supreme Skincare Kit. That's 50% off. Now, this kit comes with a gentle cleanser, rose water toner, vitamin C serum, which really helps with dark spots, and your choice of moisturizer. All you have to do is go to butterskin.com and use code TGIF at checkout to get 50% off Supreme Skincare Kit, the Supreme Skincare Kit. That's Butter, BUTTAH, skin.com, and use code TGIF. Now, that offer is valid during Black History Month, only up until February 28th at 12 a.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. Promotional consideration is furnished by Butter Skin. So go ahead and get that. And, you know, we all had Dorian on the show here, and he is very adamant about his brand. All right, y'all. Iggy Azalea is getting backlash after seemingly responding to claims of her baby daddy, Playboy Cardi, allegedly abusing his girlfriend. Now, Iggy tweeted, "Imagine having a pregnant girlfriend and pretending they don't exist until it comes out, and you like to abuse them too, and rarely visiting your actual son because you're running from whatever problems you got going on in Atlanta and the press with your serial abuse of women." Now, one person replied to her tweet and wrote, "Imagine coming at someone that just got abused while you also supposedly got abused while also supporting an abuser. Baby, look within yourself for this one." Another person wrote, "Meanwhile, she was defending Tory, although he shot a woman." Hugh, let's start with you. What are your thoughts on this situation?
It's given a bitter Betty tease. Iggy, this had nothing to do with you. This is not your situation. He ain't with you. However, I've never had a child and my baby daddy not be present, so I can potentially wrap my head around her feeling a way about this man. But it's really giving bitter, and you should have sat this one out.
You think so?
I think so. I mean, you added nothing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, what did you add? You didn't advance the story. You didn't add anything. You were just you weren't showing support of the girl. Had she came out and said, "Yeah, girl, it happened to me too. I'm here with you. I understand what you're going through." That's one thing. But you took her moment and made it about you. Your abuse, not coming to see your child. That's not what the story is. She should mind her business.
Okay. Al, what do you think?
I think it's interesting. I think, she had a reason to lean in. It's not like she came from left field. I mean, it's something that she has personal experience with. She has a child with that man. And we allegedly hear that he used to beat on her, right? That she's been very clear about. I think, though, in this situation, because of the whole supporting Tory Lanez, there was a little bit of a tone deaf situation with her on this one. And maybe, like you said, she should have set this one out because she should have known that you can't support someone who abuses a woman, but then on the other side, try to ride the coattail of a man that abuses the girlfriends or the baby mamas that he's with.
I think it's not out of left field. If I have a child with this man who's acting up and people kind of didn't believe me, or they were like, "Oh, you're just the angry, bitter baby mama," I would probably feel like, "See, look, I'm not. It ain't just me." I think that's what she's thinking. I get that it doesn't help the story, but I also get the emotional, like, I feel a way about him because I have to deal with my son every day that looks at me like, "Mommy, where's daddy?" You know what I mean? I don't know. All right. So hold on, let's get into this. Should we do the aliens now, or should we do that later?
Well, no, we're gonna go into our second Black History thing and our Nissan integration with these beautiful Black History tastemakers.
Great idea. We'll worry about the aliens later. Let's get into this Nissan, this moment in Black history.
FOXSOUL celebrates Black history makers who have broken barriers and created change. Megan Pfeiffer is Sesame Street's first Black female puppeteer, giving a fresh voice to a new generation of children. In 2020, Megan became the voice of Gabrielle, a 6-year-old Black girl Muppet on Sesame Street. Megan is a self-taught musician and singing ventriloquist. The 2-time Emmy Award winner gained national recognition when she appeared on the hit television shows America's Got Talent and Showtime at the Apollo.
With ventriloquism, it adds in the interaction between a human and a puppet.
But long before Megan took center stage in the spotlight, John W. Cooper paved the way for Black ventriloquists, thrilling audiences with his puppets and his famous show, Fun in a Barbershop. Megan Pfeiffer's amazing voice and her magical gift to bring puppets to life will inspire generations of children to dream big and to explore their imagination and creativity.
Honoring Black History Month on TGIF, presented by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop NissanUSA.com.
And once again, we want to thank Nissan for that moment in Black history. All right, y'all, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with more after this. Hey, guys, welcome back to TGIF. Let's get into this story. A video has been circulating showing a construction crew trying to remove snakes that were stuck in a ceiling. But when the crew knocked down the ceiling, it turned out they had a much bigger problem on their hands. Watch this clip. What would y'all do in this situation? Whoever wants to go first.
Quit my job. Okay. That was not in the job description. When I sat down with the HR manager and gave my resume and my CV, it did not say nothing about wrangling no damn snakes. Okay. I would have quit my job. Them snakes were so damn big, they could have had that building. They could have, do we know what type of building it was? It was giving me a school. Mm-hmm. Or whatever, but no, those snakes were too big. Yeah,
they were huge. Al, what would you do if you saw this? Like, this is like Anaconda.
Yeah, this is straight out of a horror movie, right? Q, to answer your question, this was in a housing setting. and Indonesia. So the vest that you saw those guys on said the Ministry of Defense for Indonesia. So this happened in Indonesia. And those things were so big, like they looked like they could swallow a child if a baby was asleep or something. But this is my question, guys. When and where do we become so afraid of snakes? Why do snakes bring out the most fear in us? Because if you look at it, in 2022, only 5 to 10 people, and I'm saying not like that, but only 5 to 10 people have ever died in the United States from snake bites. However, dog bites, double that, 10 to 20 people die from dog bites, but we love a good old dog. So where do we get this fear of snakes to the point that all we have to do is just see them and we start to cringe? Because, you know, if we talk about mortality, they really aren't killing people the way that we envision it in our minds.
Because we're superficial. Snakes are ugly and dogs are cute.
Mm-hmm. And I think a biblical connection. I think, you know, we instantly connect snakes with the devil and being bad, and not to mention that's scary, that real quick thing, and they wrap around you. I mean, yeah, when I see a snake like that, all I'm thinking of is being suffocated, squozen, if that's a word, and swallowed. No, ma'am.
All right. Hey, guys, this story, I've been wanting to know what y'all thought about this because it's getting a lot of play lately. A lot of people are talking about this. It looks like we may have some company on planet Earth. Another unidentified flying object, UFO, spotted in the sky near Michigan, and the U.S. general is not denying that aliens are involved. This is wild. The general said, "I haven't ruled out anything. At this point, we continue to assess every threat or potential threats unknown that approach North America with an attempt to identify it." Chris Brown had a few words to say about the matter. He wrote, "I know this is hella random, but don't fall for the fake UFO/UAP false flags. Extraterrestrials have been visiting us for a long time. Some live amongst us. We are the only destructive species dooming our existence. Don't let them run with this narrative. Just say I'm crazy, but also make your own judgments." He continued, "They just started acknowledging the possibilities of UFOs and UAPs. Now they're shooting everything moving in the sky." What do you think about this story? And do you agree with Chris Brown, Al?
You know what? I think the government knows more than they are telling us about these UFOs. As far as aliens living with us in present on ground and being a part of our culture, I'm not so convinced about that narrative. But UFOs, I definitely believe that the government knows something more than they're not telling us.
They do. Q, what you think?
Do I believe in UFOs and alien life? Absolutely. Do I think that thing that was in the sky was alien? Probably not. The aliens, I envision them being very smart and very intentional. They have kept themselves out of our purview intentionally. And if they wanted us to see them, we would see them. And to Al's point, I definitely think the government knows a hell of a lot about alien life forms in life. But I also think that some information needs to be withheld from the American people because people are stupid and they don't need to know everything because they're not equipped to act right with certain information.
I would think that if aliens had the technology to travel millions of light years away to get here and to be, to cloak themselves, then our little missiles and weapons would seem a little primitive to them. Like they'd be like, "Oh, that's so cute." I used to read a bunch of books on alien life. I wish I could remember the names of some of them because they were really some interesting books about it, where they said that there's been some crashes here and we've recovered some of the ships. And the U.S. government has gotten some of our technology advances from them. Because if you look at the last 50 years of our technology trajectory, it is really accelerated, like some of the stuff like, Bluetooth, this all kind of things, like things have really accelerated in a really fast way. And they say in some of these books, I don't know, that that is the reason for it. Are you guys scared about this?
No.
Do you guys think
they haven't harmed us thus far? They haven't harmed us at this point. They haven't harmed us. So no. And they've been around forever.
Listen, I might want to be friends with them because at least they're not racist. At least we can see right now they're not racist. We got enough Americans that harm us that are racist than aliens who are not racist and just walking around trying to figure out what we're doing. So it doesn't concern me.
That's a good point, because they might give you a good old-fashioned anal probe or something like that, but they send you back down to earth unscathed, like you're still alive.
You know, I saw a video not too long ago. I can't remember what I was watching on Netflix, and this man was saying he lost his virginity to an alien. He was in like
that type of stuff is crazy.
Oklahoma somewhere, talking about aliens have been visiting him since he was 17 and all that type of crazy cuckoo stuff. But I think the aliens are cool.
It does seem like they're the one species in our world that don't harass Black people.
Right.
I don't think
they're not torturing us for no reason.
They don't want nothing to do with people, period. Especially Americans. They don't want nothing to do with us. I mean, they might play with the Egyptians, because I do think the aliens helped build the pyramids, but
don't you think aliens look at America like the Jerry Springer of the galaxy?
Yes.
Before we go, I definitely want to mention that we want to thank Vanderbilt for providing us with the footage from Megan Pipers before, in the Nissan clip, and they have been fantastic with that. All right, I want to thank my co-hosts Al Reynolds and Funky Dineva, and of course, all of the people, the soulmates watching us in the chat. Keep watching us and watch the playback. Stick around for the Sharpton Sisters. That is coming up next. We don't want you to miss that. And have a good one. We'll see you on Friday.
Have a good night.
Bye, soulmates.
Bye, y'all. Take care.
Don't let no aliens get you. Child, an alien should have took me to dinner last night. Hey.